Hey guys, it's Ep52 here, and welcome back to episode 52 of my Manchester City career. Now in today's episode, we're going to be getting on with some more games, going to get a little bit further through the January transfer window as well in today's episode. The first match is against Ipswich, and it's in the FA Cup as well. I think it's the first round of the FA Cup for us to play. Then we're going to get against Liverpool in the semi-finals of the EFL Cup, game against Everton just after that, Burnley, and also potentially another game against Liverpool as well. We'll see how many games we can get through. It depends how many transfers we have coming in and going out as well. If you missed the last episode, you probably want to go ahead and watch it. The link to that is in the description below. Where we signed Neymar. We also got rid of a couple of players as well. Sadly, Leroy Sané had to leave us. He wanted to leave. Sanchez also left as well. We brought in Asensio to replace them, along with Neymar as well, who will be playing at some point during this episode. So yeah, it's obviously going to be a shame to see Leroy Sané go. I know a lot of people wanted him to stay. He has to leave, so we got rid of him, and I still hope to try and re-sign him at some point, but for now he just wanted to leave the club, so that has happened, and we've got to move on. But we do have a game against Ipswich to play. We're going to play that match in a second. Before we get into things though, if we could try and hit 100 likes on today's episode, I'd really appreciate it. Also, if you're new to the channel, maybe you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead, hit that subscribe as well down below, and that'd be absolutely fantastic. And yeah, let's crack on with today's episode. This is a sign that I'm going to go with. Casa starts in goal. We've got Cancelo there starting at right back for the first time. Company, Mangala and Mendy also in defence as well. Suarez and Gundogan just in front of them. Raheem Sterling, Asensio and Moreno starting at centre back in mid. And then Gabriel Jesus up front. So a little bit of a change team. Obviously thinking about the Liverpool match in about 4 days' time. This is the bench that I've gone with. Kyle Walker, Sol, Silva, Diaz, Ribeiro, Neymar and Sergio Aguero all on there. Neymar could come off the bench if we need to. But I think, to be honest, he'll probably play against Liverpool in a few days' time. Okay, here we go for the FA Cup. Let's see how we get on against Ipswich in this match. Of course, Asensio is starting at centre attacking mid. It's going to be interesting to see how he gets on in that position. Don't think I've ever played with him before on this FIFA. And of course, now he's gone up to 87 overall as well. So he should really be an interesting player to play with. He could be a really good player for the future as well for the next couple of seasons ahead, being quite a young player as well. Cancelo also starts this match, of course, and looking forward to trying him out at right back. Suarez beats his man. Still going here. Suarez to shoot on his left foot. He actually scores as well. Decent little finish from Suarez. Running from midfield, beating a few players, and we've opened up the scoring just 8 minutes into this match. Really good little finish on his left foot into the bottom right-hand corner. I was kind of having a bit of a go at him in the last episode because don't really rate him, to be honest. He's got to 87 overall, but I haven't been that impressed with him at all in game. This time though, he beats a couple of players, runs past the defence, and slots it home past the goalkeeper. Good, great run from him. Despite being one of the players that I consider selling, I don't actually know whether I will based on this sort of performance early on in the game. Gundogan into Raheem Sterling, takes a touch and shoots, and he scores as well. It's 2-0. They've managed to double our lead a few minutes before half-time. Great strike from Raheem Sterling. It's exactly what we need to try and do in that first half as well. Get the second goal, make sure they have a decent lead in front of Ipswich, and we've certainly managed to do that here. Really good strike from Sterling. Not really massively known for his finishing, or at least it hasn't really been since he's been involved with the club. It's mainly been sort of assists and build-up play that he's provided, but he has scored a really good goal here as he's ran into the box, taken a good touch, taken away from the defender and put it in the back of the net. 2-0, 42 minutes into this game. Asensio through to Raheem Sterling. He's made another great run. Sterling to try and finish it off on his left foot. Gets blocked. Really, really good block there from the defender. Out for a corner. It's going to be Asensio there to deliver into the front post. Is he going to pick anyone out? No, it gets cleared. That's it for the first half. Still win the game 2-0. Obviously doing very, very well at the moment. Happy with the results. We're performing pretty well. So far we're in control of the match, which is obviously great to see. We're going to continue hopefully doing the exact same in the second half. Hopefully try and answer the scoreline as well. Really want to try and make this game a proper thrashing if we can against Ipswich. Come on, Sterling. Let's see what you've got here with your pace. Can we try and shoot from this angle? We can try, but it's not really very good, is it? Gabriel Jesus into Asensio. Great chance for him to finish. Oh, puts it wide. Should do better there. He's very, very close to goal, and he's not managed to find the back of the net. Left foot just around the goal as opposed to in the back of the net as it should have been. Unlucky, but yeah, that's probably his first chance so far in the game. First two changes, Diaz and Ribeiro to come on. We'll take off Moreno and also Gabriel Jesus as well. We'll stick Raheem Sterling up front. Essentially he'll go play on the left-hand side. He will eventually come off, and I think we'll bring Neymar on for maybe 5 minutes or something. But yeah, we're going to do those first two changes with the final 30 minutes left of this game. Go on, Ribeiro. Great chance to shoot. Go on. Oh, so close. Diaz follows up and makes it 3-0. The substitutes combined. They've been on the pitch 1.5 minutes, if that. We've managed to score already through Diaz, who gets himself the third goal of the game. And again, about 25 minutes left of this match. Really, really good performance. And fantastic from the new players that came on the pitch. Made an impact straight away. Can't really ask for too much more than that. Raheem Sterling setting up Ribeiro, who goes to the initial strike. And Diaz just has to slot it home on his weaker foot, which he does. 3-0. Doesn't seem like there's going to be any chance for Neymar to come on here. We are into the 90th minute and the ball hasn't gone out in a little while. The game finishes 3-0. Neymar doesn't come on, but he will feature in the next game against Liverpool. He'll start from the beginning. We've got ourselves into the next round of the FA Cup. Really happy with that. The performance was great against Ipswich. We really dominated. Look at that. 0 shots on target for them. Kind of tells you the whole story, to be honest. So happy with that. And obviously gets us into the next round. We'll wait and see in the next couple of weeks who we've actually got to play. Some transfer offers in now. We've got the first one here is from Port Vale. We want to loan one of our youngsters out. So that's what I'm going to be trying to do, loading some of the guys that we brought in from the youth academy. We're going to try and send him out on loan. Port Vale have got one of the players and he goes out for a season. We'll wait and see how he gets on there. Hopefully he has a little bit of growth, although the growth on this game when you loan players out isn't particularly great, but we'll see how it goes anyway. And we'll get on to some player drills. We'll, I think, go with the exact same drills this week. Yeah, I think we will. I was going to change it, but we'll keep them the same and we'll see exactly what sort of results we get. Okay, so not that many changes, quite a few stats go up across the board, but no change in overall. Ribero's about halfway there to 73 now. Okay, so on to the next game against Liverpool in the EFL Cup. It's the first leg of the semi-final match, so a big match for us to play. We're going with a really strong team. Neymar's debut is here. Edison starts in goal. We've got Callum Walker, Tar Stones and Rose in defence. In front of that, Kevin De Bruyne, Sol, and then Gabriel Jesus Silva. Neymar also starting in this match, 94 overall, with Aguero starting up front. We'll wait and see how that goes. Hopefully Neymar gets on okay there. It might be that he plays on the right-hand side. I'll just have to wait and see where he's best. But yeah, let's wait and see what we've got for such an expensive player that we've brought in. So this is the bench I've gone with. No out-and-out striker on there. Cancelo, Ferreira, Delph, Diaz, Roberts, Asensio and Moreno all on there. Let's see whether we can beat Liverpool and get us some sort of way to the final of the EFL Cup. Of course, this is just the first leg, so away goals do matter. And we are the away team for this match, so obviously it's really important for us to try and get some goals on the scoreline. Okay, here we are at Anfield for this match. Neymar starts his first time in a Man.City top that we've actually seen him play in anyway. I think we did similar match with him in the team before. But yeah, let's see how he gets on against Liverpool in a very tough match. Potentially, hopefully though, we're going to make it look a little bit more comfortable now we've got Neymar in the side. I'm expecting a lot. We've paid a lot for him, so of course we are wanting him to pay us back as soon as possible, ideally. Silva looking to Neymar, great ball through. Could this be a chance for Neymar? He's done it already. He's got himself a goal 6 minutes in, and Neymar scores on his debut. What a start to his debut as well. He scores just inside the first 6 or 7 minutes. We've got Silva here, playing a nice little ball. Neymar makes a great run, slots at home on his right foot, past the goalkeeper, makes a 1-0. Really, really good start to the match, of course. Let me know in the comments section below if you think I should change his number. I think he's currently number 26. I might want to make it something a little bit more exciting than that. I don't really know how many, what numbers we've actually got spare right now, but let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. I'm pretty sure that we can change it from 26, though. I think it might be like 11 or something at Barca. Might give him that. Okay, going to try and pick out Neymar here from this Kevin De Bruyne free kick. Go on, into Neymar maybe. Oof, got crushed, but he managed to cause some hassle there for Karius. Nearly fell for Gabriel Jesus to put it into an empty net. Karius gets there and does pretty well, to be honest, in the end. Neymar, here we go, coming inside, ready for a shot here. Neymar to shoot, good save by Karius. Aguero following up. Side netting, so close, I thought that was it. Oh, what a chance for Liverpool. Was that Lucas Leiva there with that shot that hits the post? Certainly looked like it. That was very, very close to an equalising goal just before half-time, but it hasn't. It's remained 1-0. Obviously, a very good news for us to be able to get that away goal before half-time. Neymar scored, obviously, very early on. Got to now try and push on, try and get the second goal if we can. Liverpool have actually looked pretty decent at times, so they are still very much a threat on the attack. Hopefully, though, we can try and extend the lead at some point during the second half. Could really do with the second away goal. Neymar into Aguero. Aguero to Bernardo Silva. Oh, we've added the second goal that we needed. Bernardo Silva gets on his right foot. All kind of starts off with Neymar on the left-hand side, running inside, finding Aguero, who manages to turn and play it off to someone else. Neymar, another great run. Brilliant bit of passing around the edge of the box and in the box as well, and smashes it home. Past the goalkeeper, it's 2-0 now. Is Aguero offside here? He might well have been. It's difficult to tell. Sergio Aguero running through. Seems like he was onside. Can he beat Klein? And, oh, straight onto the bar. Couldn't quite beat the goalkeeper. He did with the shot, but he couldn't get it in the back of the net. Neymar keeps hold the ball into Gabriel Jesus and cleared away. Really good build-up play yet again. Was so unsure whether Aguero was actually onside. I thought he was a little bit off. Couldn't quite tell whether he was in our half or theirs. Clearly he was in our half because he managed to remain onside and sadly though couldn't get the third goal. All three changes now, about 12 minutes left of this game. Diaz, Roberts and Fabian Delph all to come on. We'll take off De Bruyne, Silva and also Gabriel Jesus as well. De Bruyne and Silva obviously coming off because of the yellow cards as well as being very tired. Let's see how we get on. 12 minutes left of this game. Hopefully those three changes maybe will liven things up a little bit more for us going forward again and try and get a third goal if we can. If we could get a third away goal, that would obviously be great going into the second leg. Go on Edison, start an attack here. Not too many Liverpool players back. Ah, it's backfired. Yes, go on Neymar. How much left do you have in the tank? And Ray Chan seems to be pretty good for energy, but he can't keep up to Neymar. Neymar cuts inside, Sergio Aguero to shoot, go on. Okay, yeah, not the greatest strike on his left foot. But again, Neymar starting another attack for us really well, looking a real threat on that left-hand side, cuts in brilliantly. Aguero with a slightly heavy touch, bobbles up on his left foot. A few different reasons why it goes all the way over the bar. So that's it, we've won the first game here. We've managed to win it 2-0, really good result. Neymar obviously playing fantastically in this game, got himself a goal very early on in the match. And yeah, we've won the game 2-0, got the 2 away goals, exactly what we needed to try and do in the first leg of this game against Liverpool. So happy with that. Obviously in the second leg, we've got a big advantage now with those 2 away goals. Hopefully that means we can get into the final after that. On to some transfer news now. We've got a bid in for Carter, one of our young goalkeepers, obviously our second choice keeper from Bayern Munich, £6.5 million. Not a great amount of money, considering he's 16 years old, 74 overall, got a really good potential as well. So we're going to reject all offers, no interest in getting rid of him, and he's going to remain as our second choice keeper. A few of you guys suggesting that bringing a better backup goalkeeper. I don't think I'm going to. He's 16 years old, 74 overall, he's grown really well so far this season since coming in, so he's just going to continue to grow hopefully, and if I give him some chances then hopefully he's going to be a pretty decent backup goalkeeper come the end of the season hopefully. Let's just progress a few more days now I think in the January transfer window, wait for some more bids if we can get them in. I don't think we'll be signing any other players unless we can get rid of a couple of midfielders, and then we might well bring in one more centre mid that I've noticed that could be quite a good addition to the team, but we might well have to get rid of a couple of different players to be able to do that though. Everton is the next game who are up in the league. We're currently 6 points in front of second place Leicester City, so obviously in a great position at the moment in the league. We will be simming this match against Everton, just to kind of keep things going a little bit, and it's a home match which we should hopefully win. Let's change on the team and decide on yeah, what side I'll go with for this game. So on to the game against Everton. This is the side I'm going to go with. Edison, Walker, Company, Stones, Mendy, De Bruyne, Gundogan, Sterling, Suarez, Asensio and Gabriel Jesus all starting. Quite a strong team because our next game is against Burnley in a week's time, so there's plenty of time for these guys to recover. Neymar's on the bench for this match against Everton, just a little bit tired obviously from playing a few days ago. Let's see how he gets on. Should really be beating Everton. This is a really good side, considering quite a few changes in there as well. It's a fantastic team. Gabriel Jesus starting up front with Asensio and Suarez on the side. Suarez scores from the penalty spot 27 minutes into this game, approaching half-time, still winning the match 1-0 into the second half now, and can we add to that scoreline hopefully? Gundogan does, makes it 2-0, we'll skip it with 25 minutes left and we finish the game 2-0 winners. Really happy with that, gets us another 3 points and hopefully maybe extends our lead as well depending on the other results. No, still remains 6 points in front of Leicester, which is obviously very good still, so Leicester City matched our win with a win themselves. Let's move on to some player drills, exactly the same players I think again this week. We're looking maybe to try and train Ribeiro slightly differently because he's going up a little bit slower now, but we do have Ferreira potentially going up on a few stats this week as well as Manuel, which is one of the players actually I'm looking to try and load out at some point during this transfer window, and we've actually seen Ferreira and Manuel both go up on all their stats. That's great news. Ribeiro on the other hand though, not so good this week. Now this is very interesting. This is really tempting to go for. Just under £60 million, Hazard has been transfer listed for Chelsea. Now Man.City have actually been rumoured in real life to be signing Hazard because they won't be able to get Sanchez now. I don't think it'll happen to be honest in real life, but I am curious to see exactly how much Chelsea would accept. I mean, there's literally no space for him, I don't think, in this team at all, but again, I'm going to put in a bid just because I'm curious to see how much money they are willing to accept for a transfer-listed player. We'll see what they say to £45 million here. Transfer offer in here for one of our centre-backs from Bayern Munich, again this time a loan deal for him, and he's 63 overall, 17 years old. I don't actually think there's much point me sending him out a loan to Bayern. He's not going to play. He's not playing here at the moment, so we're going to try and get him some more experience, but not at Bayern Munich. So it's not often I reject loan offers, but I just don't think there's much point. Okay, negotiations are over very quickly. They have basically not even rejected anything. They've just said Hazard is joining Real Sociedad. Very strange. How have they got the money to sign him? And how much have they paid for him? Eden Hazard at Real Sociedad. That makes no sense whatsoever. A 90 overall player there. Crazy. Not that I was actually going to sign him anyway, but I was just a little bit curious to see exactly how much they were willing to sell him for. I'm not so sure how much they've paid for him here. £50.5 million, so they've actually got him pretty cheap. We put in a bit of 45, so we weren't too far off the final amount for him. So that's the final game of today's episode. It's against Burnley. It's going to be a matchup we're going to be simming, and yeah, we're basically, so far in today's episode, we've played 2 games and obviously tried to do some transfers as well. Looked at a couple of different players, sold a few different players as well. We will play the second leg of the game against Liverpool next episode. We won't quite have enough time to fit it into today's episode though. Let's crack on with this game against Burnley. A very strong team, but there's a lot of changes still as well. Players like Asensio and Gabriel Jesus still finding a way into this side, considering we've got a game against Liverpool in 3 or 4 days' time. On to this match against Burnley, hopefully going to get ourselves 3 points here to again try and extend our lead if possible over Leicester City in the front of the title race. Hopefully going to get ourselves a goal before half time. Hasn't happened. Into the second half, still 0-0. Very surprising given the team that we have out in this game. Lots of big names on the bench as well. Neymar and Aguero on there. And with 15 minutes left, still remains 0-0. Going to skip. And the match has finished 0-0. Unbelievable the amount of players, the amount of talent we've got on the pitch. Yeah, we've not managed to find the back of the net. There's no doubt that that's definitely 2 points dropped there against Burnley, considering the team we put out. Crazy that we can get ourselves a win. Man.City board not happy with one of the goals, one of the objectives. And again, it's that youth development one. They want me to sell one of the youth players to try and raise some money, £2.5 million. Ferreira disappointed not to start in that game. Yeah, maybe he could have started, to be honest. I've completely forgot about that email, but he will play very, very soon, I'm sure. He might even play against Liverpool, to be honest, or come off the bench, something like that. But yeah, before we finish today's episode, we're going to do some more player drills. The exact same players again involved. We're going to try and persevere here with Ribeiro. He's not quite got up over the last few weeks. This week, though, he has got up on a few stats, as has Ferreira and also Manuel as well. So those guys looking pretty good again. Another player's been transfer listed, Sigurdsson. Really strange. I don't know why so many decent players have been transfer listed by their clubs here. It seems like Burnley have inquired about him. They ought to try and sign him. But he would be another nice player. We're obviously not going to sign him. I have no interest. We don't really need a player in that position. And he's not particularly fast. I prefer faster players. But a really high quality player that I don't know why Swansea are trying to sell her. And on to the final transfer offer of today's episode. It's from Luton Town for Alfie Allen, one of our younger players. Again, looking to try and loan him out for a season. See how he gets on. He gets a year loan there to Luton. Hopefully should get some game time there. 18 years old, 63 overall. I'd like him to come back next season at some point and hopefully get in a little bit closer to the team. Obviously do some more training drills as well to get him closer to 70 overall. And at that point, he's probably better already to get into the team a little bit more. So we won't quite have enough time for the game against Liverpool. That'll be next episode, the second leg of that match against them. Obviously, we're currently in a really good position, given how the first leg went with some away goals. But that is everything for today's episode. Thank you all so much for watching. If we could try and 100 likes, I'd really appreciate it. Also, if you're new to the channel or maybe you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead, hit that subscribe as well down below, and that'd be absolutely fantastic. Thank you all so much for the support, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.